Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to our presentation. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is AQILAH SYAHIRAH binti ANUAR. My matric number is 1182694. Okay, we are delighted to do this online presentation on our topic, which is body of speech using visual aids. So, this presentation will take a few minutes to cover all the visual aid that we want to share to you all. Before that, I will introduce my group member, namely NURUL AFIQAH binti ARADIN, AISYATUL RADHIAH binti MUSA, and Atiqah SYAZWANI binti Azhar. Okay, do you know what is visual aids? According to the one researcher, namely Gulam, on 2015, stated that visual aids is an instructional aid that are used by someone as a speaker to deliver his or her speech to encourage understanding and to draw attention to the audience from what he or she delivers. Visual aids is defined as those sensory objects or image which initiate or stimulate and support learning, or any device which can be used to make the learning experience more real, more accurate and more active. Flip cards, marker boards, audiovisual aids, text slide and graph slides, objects and posters are the types of visual aids are used by a speaker according to the appropriation of the audience.
Okay, now on theoretical part. In this part, we divide by two, which is a kind of visual aids and guideline preparing of visual aids. Okay, first, we go to kind of visual aids. Actually, many different types of visual aids. This kind of visual aids can be used in every situation, like during class, event, or approach to someone, and everything. Research, which is Hiral Joseph McQuan in 2015, using visual aids as authentic material in ESL classrooms. She was doing research in English language and literature. From her research, she got that using visual aids can get unflinching attention and interest of the learners. Okay, next, demand complete attention. Okay, it may also enhance imagination of the students, and that may lead to skills like critical thinking, debates, and group discussions. Okay, language learning requires listening to the language attentively. If one watch a film, his speaking, writing, and listening skills are cultivated. The potential of visual aids to educate must be recognized in teaching, learning English. Okay, now we go to the necessity of learning a new language has become a communicative need. Okay, people learn another language after their mother tongue for maintaining communication with the people of other communicative speaking. Okay, a different language, same way majority lot in the world have been found interested in learning English, as English has become the global language. Okay, as a result, English language is learned as a means of communications, not as a subject. Okay, after that, remain the same and allow for equal rehearsal and consistent memory pathway to be created. Okay, according to Matthew and Elitmed, conducted a study on the usefulness of audio visual aids in ELT, which is English language teaching. She said that teaching and learning becomes monotonous when the language teachers are compelled to rely on the textbooks as the only source of language input. Okay, in their study, They explored how the use of audio visual aids help the language teacher in EFL classroom at undergraduate level. Okay, lastly, refresh the mental state and the invite concentration. Okay, now we go to guideline preparation. Okay, first point is enhance when the instructors consider three elements, which is how to manage cognitive load of the video. Okay, then how to maximize student engagement with the video, and how to promote active learning from the video. Okay, video has become an important part of higher education. It is integrated as part of traditional courses, serves as a cornerstone of many blended courses, and is often the main information delivery mechanism in online courses. Okay, next point is processing is a prerequisite for encoding into long-term memory, okay, which has virtually unlimited capacity. Because of working memory is very limited, the learner must be selective about what information from sensory memory to pay attention to during the learning process, and observation that has important implications for creating educational materials. Okay, after that is maximized by matching modality to content. Okay, for example, like showing an animation of a process on screen while narrating, it uses both channels to elucidate the process, thus giving the learner dual and complementary streams of information to highlight features that should be processed in working memory. Okay, last but not least is to use a conventional style.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is AISYATUL binti MUSA, and now I would like to present about the practical parts of our project, which provide the answers from the interview about the body of speech by using visual aids. Alright, for the first, I would like to share about the interviewer's background information. Okay, the interviewer's name is Ahmad Shukri bin Azizan. He is 29 years old. He graduated with a bachelor's degree in chemical science at University Kebangsaan Malaysia UKM, and now he is taking a second degree in Islamic Studies at Upper University Malaysia Shah Alam Selangor. And now he also an editor and a speaker under Tarbiyah Center Production. And he almost 5 years as a formal speaker, but informal, he start being a speaker since 18 years old. Now we go to kinds of visual aid use. Alright, Encik Shukri used PowerPoint as visual aids in his talks, and because of his talks more focused on school students, so the many teachers encourage him to create a PowerPoint when he want to give a talks. Alright, because of that also he does not use any other visual aid after that. Okay, the time taken to create a PowerPoint depends on the topic and audience that he want to talk to. Alright, they also have an advantage and disadvantage use of PowerPoint. Okay, for the advantage, the PowerPoints are more neatly arranged. And second, encouragements from teacher to use PowerPoint in class. This means, as I said before, many teachers provide the speakers use and create a PowerPoint before he went to present their thoughts at school. Okay, number 3, can touch the audience emotion with audios and image. That means, as we know, the PowerPoints provide we can insert the audios, image, music, and something else. So from that we can see that this is a useful of PowerPoint. And the last, the PowerPoint is look more professional. Okay, for the disadvantage, um, the speakers need up to date with current issue. Okay, some speakers they already have create 3 or more recycle PowerPoint. That means they just use the old PowerPoint and use the same PowerPoint with other school or other organization or something else. But sometimes, uh, uh, time by time, they must know current issue that happen to the audience. Maybe when having a current issue among students, so that the speaker must take note and put the issue in his slide. Okay, second, lack of experience and knowledge will give effects to PowerPoint. That means the speaker must have a knowledge and also an experience to create an effective PowerPoint. And number 3, weakness in terms of technical. Sometimes they have a school that not provide a projector or organization that not provide some things like laptop or connector of others. So it can drag the time for the talk, and the speaker cannot do something that can make the audience focus on him, because the visual aid that he want to put cannot be shown uh, during his talk. Alright, for the last, self-deprivation and weakness. That means sometimes there's someone speaker that rushing from one place to one place to give a talk, so that maybe he forget to bring his laptops or his pen drive or other else that very important to use during his talk. So when he forget to bring that, is sometimes can drag their time. They must open their laptop and transfer to another laptop. So it make uh, something not good for the speaker. Alright, now we go to guidelines for preparing an effective PowerPoint. Okay, first is prepare slides before talk to place, which means the speaker must prepare the slide or PowerPoint before the talk, and make sure that what he taught is telling with the slide that he present. Alright, number 2, must have knowledge and experience. That means the speaker must have experience and also a knowledge. Like Mr. Shuki said, someone who having a knowledge but not having experience is saturated. But someone that having a knowledge and experience is a wisdom. Right. Number 3, know who the audience and target, which means the speaker must know who is his target, who is his audience. Maybe a school student, maybe university student, or maybe a colleges. So the speaker must make sure that what he want to present is available to his audience. Okay. Number 4, the contents of the PowerPoints must straightforward and not too long. Okay. Number 5, put an image on the appropriate slide. This means to make an attractive slide or PowerPoint, we can put an image that related with the topic that you want to present. But make sure not all the slide we can put, because it can drag or make some bored to the audience. Okay, then put songs, instrument or audio to touch listener emotion. Okay, And last, put the various version of design and color on each slide. Okay, to attract our audience, we can put various design of background or colors in each slide to make sure that our PowerPoint is not brought to the audience and the audience uh, feel attract and interesting with our PowerPoint. Okay, next we go to technique in delivering a PowerPoint. Okay, first, the speaker must focus on what is in present. That means the speaker must know what topic he want to present, what the audience or target, to make sure that when he give the thoughts, when he share his visual aid, he knows that the both thoughts and slide is telling, and the audience attract to what he present. Okay, number two, know the time that require a sentimental value. Um, some speakers put their audio, share their video, image, or something music that make a sentimental value to the audience. So before he put that, he must know what he must know what time can he put that sentimental, because sometimes after having last finish their thoughts, maybe the speaker can relate and put the sentimental value with the audience to give a free time with the audience also. Okay, the last, make sure that someone else is controlling the slide to avoid interference during the talk. Okay, sometimes the speakers not just stand in front of the audience. Sometimes they like to walk behind the audience to contact with audience, communicate with audience, so that he is far from the slide and is far from his PowerPoint. So he must when he want to change his slide, uh, he must to go back to in front to change the slide. So it's reduct the time and can disturb the audience, so that the another person is required to help the speakers during the talks, so that we also this also can use a remote wireless. They can, the speaker just press the button and the slide will move to another page. Okay, now we go to tips on how to be a successful speaker. Okay, this is what our interviewers share. First, we must know what we want as a speaker. That means we must know why we want to be a speaker. Sometimes some people that want to be a speaker because you want to be famous, to be well known by others, and he want to have a good communicate with other public speaker and also public figure. But some other else, they want to be a speaker because he want give us something valuable to our creator Allah SWT, and that is something amal jariah that can bring that in hereafter. So it's depend on people intention. Okay, alright. Number two, we must know what audience want from the speaker. Okay, this means we must know what the audience want from the speaker. Sometimes the audience want the speaker understand and know what the audience want. They wants to be feel free when having the thoughts, feel attractive, we feel focused, and after having the thoughts, the audience will feel having a new spirits. So from that, the speaker must make sure that what kinds and what he must do to make sure that the audience feels satisfied after having his talks. Alright, number 3, we must know what we want to present. This means, like I said before, the speaker must know when they create the visual aids like PowerPoint, he know what kinds of topic that he want to present. So from that he must practice and practice and practice to make sure he will well-being during his speech and talk. Alright, and last, do the best and always keep trust in Allah SWT. That's mean after the speaker give talks, give a speech to the audience, so the speaker must keep trust in Allah SWT and hope that what we present as a speaker will give a benefits to the audience, and we must always keep trust to Allah, because to Allah always we come and return.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Atiqah SYAZWANI binti Azhar. My train number 1182809. So today I will explain about the critical arguments in kinds of visual aids. So, according to Leicester 2006, people currently focusing and understanding on visual aids, not on the words. So generally, in public speaking, speaker using visual aids to attract audience and listeners. And visual aids should touch by an external factor and using appropriate kinds of visual aids such as objects and models, photograph and drawings, graph, charts and videos. So after I made some research about the kinds of visual aids, some researchers mention on all occasions about the variety kinds of visual aids that a little bit different from general public speaker use, such as PowerPoint, overhead projector slides or transparencies, white or blackboard, paper handouts, flip chart, video and artifacts and props. So after my group made the interview session with Mr. Shukri Azizan, so he referred by using only PowerPoint as visual aids. So there are 5 main causes why he chose using only PowerPoint as in his presentation. So first is locality presentation targeted all our students. Second, requirement from organizers program. Third, by using PowerPoint, it is the way to lack his anxiety. Number 4, as a medium to attract audience and elevate to modify. And the lastly is currently cute practically in other programs if had the same contents. So I will explain about the chemistry and the contrast using PowerPoint by the interviewer and the researcher. So the chemistry is from our interviewer stated using PowerPoint in visual aids as an alternative for audience or students. So the statement supported by the article from Yusuf 2004, which is stated about the students' cognitive levels different in same classroom, and by using PowerPoint they will give more attention and does not touch the sensitivity. So the second chemistry is from our interviewer stated the way by lacking anxiety during speech, and the statement supporting by the article from NURUL and Shahid 2005, which is stated students in accounting principles to got position in a particular hierarchy while presenting in PowerPoint. So the contrast by the interviewer and the researcher by using PowerPoint, they describe the unfavorable circumstances which is it to lead collapse in communications. And second, by using PowerPoint, it will be affected to interrupt the presentation. So lastly, I will explain about the chemistry and contrast of the preparation and guidelines using the visual aids by the interviewer and the researcher. So, from our interviewer, he said we need to have knowledge and experience to prepare visual aids. Second, we need to know who our targeted audience. Third, slides presentations must be looked at the aesthetics, straightforward, and could not be placed with a long content. And the lastly is we need to encouraging by putting image on appropriate slide. So from the researcher, which is Stephen Ilukas, 2019, stated, first, prepare visual aids well in advance. Second, keep visual aids simple. Third, make sure visual aids are large enough. Fourth, use a limited amount of text. Fifth, use fonts and color effectively. And lastly is use image strategically. Thank you.
At the end of the presentation, we can conclude that through visual aids can help to stimulate the interest of listeners who attend a talk. This is because the use of visual aids such as PowerPoint can be created through various forms and iterations such as font, themes effects, and we can also insert external videos from different sources in our PowerPoint slides. Therefore, as a human beings in this modern era, we should use existing technological advances as a platform in our career in order to attract the audience or listener who choose our channel as their source of knowledge. In addition, the uses of visual aids can also help us in adding certain effects, for example, interesting sound effects, background effect that match the theme of the title to be conveyed, and can also be downloaded in every application available on tabs, mobile phones, and even in your own laptop. It helps save costs from hiring others in editing the work we have created because the use of these visual aids can also be learned anywhere and it has no limitation.